One of the key focuses as well within this theme was to improve the physical infrastructure of the area. This has included the physical infrastructure of the local centres and the environmental improvements in the local centres, improvements to parks and green spaces, to also make the area feel better, look better, and to provide quality leisure space for local people, which will also act as a tourism attraction. And we've also improved community facilities in the area.
A good 15 or more years ago, some local residents became very aware that the park had declined and it wasn't somewhere people wanted to go into, and it was very badly maintained, along with other parks in cities. And they decided to try and do something about it, and so they set up a group called the Save Handsworth Park Association. They worked very hard and persuaded the city that they should go for a Heritage Lottery Fund grant. And from that point on, the city officers really did put everything into it. They really did work up a wonderful plan. They put a lot of energy into it, helping the association to achieve that goal. And it's come to the point now, of course, where we no longer save the park. We're Handsworth Park Association. We've dropped the save. We think that a huge amount has been achieved, so we can afford to drop the save. But it is a beginning. We've now got to make sure that that huge excitement of people continues by making sure that it keeps to be a place that people feel is well kept and is safe. And that really does require a partnership, I think, between local people, the police and the park staff. The cricket ground is beautiful, it's beautifully maintained, they have their own clubhouse and they have a really strong membership. And we've got the boats back. And this year I think we're going to have pedalows as well, which is rather nice. So the boats and the pedalows are back because the water's clean enough. And if you look at the bandstand, I mean, I don't know another park in Birmingham that's got one so grand. It's a wonderful bandstand.
People feel much better about it, you know what I mean? Because they talk about it when they come to my place of work. They do come and say it's nice within the library, within the park. These are places that they feel comfortable in and feel safe in.
I'm actually part of the Dojo Community Project. I think a lot of the work that's been done in terms of the general facilities has tried to enhance actually what we actually have in the community. So kids have actually got somewhere safer, brighter and lighter to actually play and come and meet their friends, really.
Numbers who are utilising this facility are increasing day by day, and that's very, very positive, because if young people are utilising this facility and they're healthier, I think that is positive for them in terms of health and well-being and their thoughts.
The community infrastructure project was developed along the similar lines, it was a similar kind of concept to land and property. It was about giving funding to community and voluntary organisations within the SRB6 area.
Community infrastructure project is one of the projects funded by the SRB6 programme. So this was a really good opportunity for them to have quality buildings, quality access, etc., which means that they've been able to improve the services that they offer, extend the services, and also means that there is now some sustainability.
The SRB grant has more or less paid for the majority of the building here. That has been founded and up and running since about 1885, and I've seen it being taken down and put back up to what the building is today. I'd like to say that the money has been well spent in this area, because this building is more or less has made a difference to this part of Handsworth. I mean, it's a very modern, contemporary building, and people are very proud of this being sort of in the heart of Handsworth, very proud of being opposite the building.
Big improvement. We've got a Valentine Bay, we've got a nice canteen, right, and the workshop area is very nice now. The centre before was small. This centre is better. We've got the space, what we required, the facility, and it's a better place for actually training the students. We're trying to create work for the students, especially when they leave here.
It's a motor vehicle training centre, and we build kit cars, so it's not only working on repair, not only maintaining cars that come in off the road, it's build kit cars for to send abroad.
The building is shared by a number of other community users. My name's Ron Thompson, and I'm a manager here at Earth Studios.
There's no more rain coming through, so those are the obvious changes, the improvements I can say. But obviously it's good for the community as well, because whereas before people walking past will think, oh, you know, it's a really old building. But obviously it looks good for the community and the area that we're in.
Before the roof was actually fixed, we had leaks which ruined our information over there on that wall, and it ruined the wall, it ruined our posters, and now that the roof is fixed, we're leak-free and we're happy as can be.
And in fact, if we hadn't done something with the roof, then this building would not have been viable for very much longer as a community building. There are a number and a lot of varied groups in the area. What it has done is that it has actually given them a much better building to meet in.
This been rebuilt and it's look better now, and it's got the ramp, we got disabled toilet, and it's special, and we got the new kitchen in here, and it can serve and easy for everybody now. More people come in and more people happy because we are warmer in here. That's special for the old people, which I've been served food every Thursday.
So there are lots of very constructive sessions going on. Some women who feel that they are isolated, they feel depressed, they come and share their problems.
So we should be grateful, and I think as a Education Women Chair, I would like to convey the message that yes, SRB6, well done. Thank you.
We've delivered a wide range of projects throughout time with SRB6, very much starting, I suppose, from the early days with community safety type projects, often related around themes like burglary and things like that, to green space type projects, streetscape, gateways, and potentially new development.
I'm a local resident here in Summerfield. I've lived here for 14 years now. First house I've owned, hopefully it may be the last. I suppose the area has always attracted creative people, you know, sort of writers, artists, designers and things of that nature. It's just a really nice place to live. I suppose one of the other big benefits is you can walk down the canals in 10 minutes, be in the city centre. 6-7 years ago we had some problems with antisocial behaviour, so the Residents Association got involved, a lot of support from the council, SRB6, etc. There was some very significant research that was done, identified the type of housing we had in the area, the sort of fact that there was a lot of houses of multiple occupancy, and an awful lot of improvements to be done. People felt, you know, the security issues, people felt a little bit under siege, and so got some decent security. You know, the fencing both front and rear has made the place feel a lot more secure. A lot of the houses were deconverted from houses of multiple occupancy into single family homes. That's one of the key things about the whole project, is it's made the place feel a lot more like a place where you want families to sort of settle, and as a consequence it's become a much more sustainable environment to live in, really, for the future.
As the problem started to become of lesser scale, in reality it allowed us to talk much more about what people felt was the value in their neighbourhood, what were the things that really mattered, that touched their day-to-day lives, and that allowed us to develop the things like the streetscape type projects, lighting up Lozelles, which was a street lighting project, which built on the kind of fear of crime and was aimed to tackle that, which looked at kind of working on kind of some of the physical structure on the outsides of like some of the community buildings around there, but it's kind of paved the way for kind of further investment in terms of public realm, where we've seen the kind of improvements to George's Park, the reopening of Will Street, for instance, which we may look at, and the work in the conservation area, which has been to kind of improve and facilitate people's kind of ownership in terms of their area. It's been a hugely successful energy efficiency project, which has touched on, I think it's delivered 12,000 measures, I think, across the SRB6 area, which very much will have assisted probably the most vulnerable in society in terms of like assisting them with like heating and more efficient heating systems and things like that. I think that it's raised the level of awareness, certainly, and the work with some of like the energy providers as a partnership in that respect has kind of taken that on and kind of has become almost a template to working elsewhere in the city.
But this place is really special because it was fitted with state-of-the-art solar heating and wind turbines to generate electricity. I think all the kitchen was built out of sustainable materials. It's a real sort of state-of-the-art piece of building work, actually.
So far, you know, I mean, it's been a joy moving in, living here with my family. They've got a better quality of life and they absolutely love the area. It's quiet. There's quiet, very peaceful. As I said, there's a lovely lake. We have the solar panels on top of the roof. So in the summer, I can turn off the boiler so as to save electricity and use the solar panels, which we have constant running hot water every day.
We also did a project which actually was kind of about reclaiming gardens, which was run through this team, which looked at like helping particularly elderly people in terms of bringing back their gardens into use, making it slightly more low maintenance so they could manage it in the future.